Survivor Girl podcast, everybody. Happy Survivor Girl Sunday. How is everybody doing this wonderful Sunday? Hopefully, you are doing well. Got some rest today after maybe a long weekend. I just wanted to get started by doing the disclaimer that I am unable to treat or prescribe or diagnose or any of that kind of stuff. I am not a licensed professional physician, any of that stuff. I am just here to talk about my story and the things that I have gone through of thriving and surviving, and along with my guests when I do have them on the show. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Don't forget that we are on YouTube, on Twitch, also on Facebook, sometimes on Instagram, sometimes on all of the other ones like Twitter and such. If you guys get a chance to check those out and like and subscribe to all of those, that would be greatly appreciated. So I hope that everybody is keeping cool through all of this heat because it has been incredibly hot around here where I live at. Of course, it's not going to be everywhere because thankfully, and I'm super excited to say that Survivor Girl podcast is all over the world, even in the UK now. So thank you guys for pushing it out there and putting it out there for everybody. I truly do appreciate that. Survivor Girl started out as just going to be doing some kind of a makeup line or something else with it, and it turned out to telling my story, did a little bit of public speaking, and then was suggested to do the podcast. So that's where I'm at with this. And oh man, I think, what episode are we on now? 64 already. So that's incredible. I'm super excited to be able to do that kind of stuff. And with doing this and the other podcasts, Don't Make This Weird, that I've been on through Strange Friends Media, we're almost to 200 episodes on that podcast. What an incredible journey there. And it stems from stepping out of my comfort zone, getting out of my own way and trying different things. And here we are. So many years later since that started. And of course, Tony, who's here in the studio, he started out the podcast. He's the other host on there, and we've had not several, a couple different hosts on there as well. And it was kind of interesting getting started because at that point in time, I wanted nothing to do with cameras or any of that stuff. I was very, very, I wouldn't say so much as shy, but in the very beginning, when I'd first actually met him about 7 years ago, I kind of was. I was a closeted singer. I wouldn't really get out in front of people. I wouldn't do a whole lot of things. So what's changed? How come it's different for me now? I think it's the experience, being able to get out and meet different people, and to start to finally realize that no matter what is going on in the world, that you really do kind of take care of or reign in your own destiny of things. It's confidence, which I don't always have all the time. And I'm very real on this show about those kinds of things. It's not always having confidence. There's times where I'm just like, okay, I'm good. No, bye. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get out there and do that. But I will continue to keep on trying new things because I think that is really what's part of my journey in this life is to learn the different things. And again, that all stems back from second chances. I've talked about that a lot on the show. And also, I realized that there's people out there who have been through way worse than what I have been through. They've gone through so many different things, and I see them still pushing forward and getting out of bed and living their life, even though it's not the same life that they were intending on having in the beginning because of the trauma and the different stuff that they've gone through. And that inspires me. You guys inspire me, all of you out there that share with me, share your stories, talk to me, even if it's just for a couple minutes when we are in by passing or whatnot. It's incredible to have those kind of connections, and it's interesting when you get to sit down with people and they tell you their story, even if you haven't known them for very long. Maybe you just met them. To have that kind of energy or feeling with other people has been something that I've been thankful to have throughout my life. Let's see. I would say probably about 10 years ago, maybe now. I don't know exactly the time or the date or whatnot, but I had a conversation with my mom, who has been gone for about 7 years now, October of this year. I had a conversation with her about compassion, and she didn't understand how it was easy for me to talk to strangers and how to just get out there and feel what other people feel. And I know that you've probably heard the word empath thrown around a whole bunch of different times. And, I grew up very sensitive to things, to people, to feeling people's, I want to say, it is energy. It is feeling their energy. If something is off, with somebody, I can pick up on that. It's just been something that I've had as a kid. And it's interesting because of having that kind of compassion and trying to be mindful of what other people are going through, that I can have some really incredible conversations. And between talking with somebody who's going through something different and learning what they're going through, I learned so much. I've learned a whole bunch about other people and the things that they face. And it's really opened my eyes up to be more compassionate, to understand and to be like, hey, even if you're feeling this today, it doesn't mean that I may have never gone through what you're going through, but I care. I do genuinely care. And it's been a really cool journey to be able to meet so many different people and to understand that not necessarily being emotional and not necessarily having those feelings is a bad thing. I grew up a pretty emotional kid. I wouldn't understand why I'd have such strong emotions at times. I wouldn't understand why I felt everything so much more. Like it was turned way up for me, and it still is to this day, of why I felt like that. It used to be kind of embarrassing to me. I felt like I wanted to hide if I was crying. I felt like I didn't want to share that with anybody. And I felt kind of defeated about it because everybody else around me would be just pushing through and doing their thing and not feeling it, not caring about what other people, not necessarily not caring about what other people thought, but in a healthy manner going about it and going, yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing and do my thing. So as I get older, because next month's going to be my birthday, I'm learning these things. And I'm like, why am I so late to the party all the time? But that's part of me as well. And I go, okay, I am who I am. And I'm trying to learn how to celebrate that. All of the flaws, all of the things, and the honesty of the flaws that I face in my life, the things that I go through, I try to be honest about it with people because I know that they have a story as well, that they're going through something and they feel, and it's funny how many times I can actually relate to people when they're going through something because, well, I've experienced a lot as well. But I also try not to sit there and hold too much onto that, uh, the victim word, trying to be that or trying to hold on to that because I don't want to be known as that. I don't want to be known as what I've gone through, but to be somebody who is compassionate, to be able to share these experiences with other people and to go, yeah, you're human. I get you. I feel that. You are so much more than what you think or you feel you are because of what you've experienced. And that right there is not always easy because we have busy lives. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that post going around that talks about don't go over oceans or step what I don't know the quote. Do you know this one about stepping over oceans or going over oceans? Tony's gonna help me out here. What's the don't go through oceans when people that wouldn't step over a puddle or
Don't
something?
cross an ocean for those who wouldn't step over a puddle for you.
Thank you. Okay. That that's a hard one for me because I don't see that for other people. I know that we all have different lives. We all have different journeys. It's the other one about, it goes both ways. If you don't call me, I'm not calling you. I was like, why are we doing this? Why do we do that? We all face different things. And sometimes for me, it's not easy to want to always be go, go, go and around all the time. Like, there's times that you need downtime. You need to take care of yourself. You have to listen to your body that needs a break. And it's hard when you have somebody that talks like that or feels that way, which I'm not discrediting people having those kinds of feelings, but also try to think outside of how, somebody is feeling when they just can't. I've made plans, I don't know how many times in my past before I was to where I'm at now, and I'd have to cancel because I just wasn't feeling. I was so gung ho about it, and then all of a sudden I didn't feel like doing the thing. And I pushed myself. Or there's times when you have a gut feeling like, oh, if I go do this, it's not going to feel right. Something doesn't feel right about going and doing this. I've pushed through that a lot too. And I've gone and I've done these things and I had an amazing time. But there's times when you just don't feel like you can do it. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the person. If they don't feel happy at you, if they're not happy at you for being honest about not being able to do something, don't feel bad about it. I mean, if you're constantly not calling and letting them know that you're not going to make it, or you're constantly saying, oh, I'm sick, but let's talk about that. When you have issues with mental illness, if you have depression, if you have anxiety, sometimes you just can't do the thing. Sometimes you just can't. Don't beat yourself up over it. Be honest with them and tell them, look, I am having a day. I need some time. I have to breathe. If I need a moment, I need a moment. I'm not going to put myself in a situation that I don't feel comfortable in. And that's okay too. You have control to be able to say those things. And it's okay. The world's not going to end and the sky's not going to fall. It's going to be all right. But you have to honor yourself and what is important to you as well. Yes, people in your life are important, and we love so many. I am notorious for saying, "Oh, I love you. I love you. You're my sister. You're my brother." So the people that I know that I care about and give quality to my life, and I give quality to them. It's easy for me to say those kinds of things. Do I always talk to them on the phone? That is a big negative. I don't. I am not a big fan of talking on the phone. I know some people really love to talk on the phone, but I feel when I'm cruising along getting stuff done, it's hard for me to have a conversation. It doesn't mean that I care less. It doesn't mean that I don't want to have a conversation or a relationship with my friends, my family, my loved ones. There's just some people that are a lot easier to talk to on the phone, and there are some that it's hard to talk to on the phone. Some are easier just to text, and some are easier just to have that conversation with. You know, I feel like as we grow up, we're in such a huge hurry. Like back when we were kids, I don't know if you guys remember that far back. I'm getting there. About, you know, not wanting to, how was it? I know I would say a lot, oh, my mom says I can't go. And really it was just me not wanting to go do the thing because I was nervous. I was scared to be around a lot of people, like crowds and things, painfully shy. I was never like this big like kid that went to birthday parties all the time and whatnot. I was good with just doing my thing. And I kind of still feel that sometimes in life, there's just times you just need a break. And that is so wonderful to take time and do the things that you need to do. But don't forget, though, to take care of everything that you need to take care of for yourself. If you need to get out, interaction with people and being with people that you love is always a great option as well. If you're feeling good, take that time. Do that thing. If you're feeling like you need to take a break, you take a break. You do what you need to do. And I bring that up too because I face a lot of fatigue issues even still. After having my surgery, it was great in the beginning and I was still able to go, go, go. But I'm learning now that having one adrenal gland, you can get pretty exhausted and it happens. But I'm not beating myself up for it. I'm doing what I know that I can do and doing what I need to do to take care of what I need to take care of. I still care about I have this thing where I care a lot about people, that have been in my life, that have come in my life, even if they're not in my life still. I think about them. I care about them. I root for them, and I hope that they're doing well with their lives. But it didn't mean that I didn't want to cross that ocean to still be in their life and be their friend. It just means that I had to take a tugboat or a little paddle boat and get there. It takes time sometimes. I don't know if anybody's ever faced that kind of thing and if they've ever struggled with that or having a friend like that. And then we go to what is best in your life? What do you need? Sometimes we grow out of things. We grow out of people, relationships, just like we do clothes and things that we once loved. Like, for instance, there was a big phase with dolphins. People absolutely loved them, had them all over the house, all these, all those kinds of things. It's like as you go, like you grow and you learn and you find your authentic self. And some things that were so important to you growing up and along the way just don't become as important as they used to. And you also are trying to evolve in your own life, your families, the things that you're doing, your hopes, your dreams, everything that you have in front of you that you want to do. It's okay. That's okay too. You find the things that you love. And I feel like because coming up, I'm going to be 41, which I know some people that might be watching are going, oh, that's not that old. I don't feel like it is. Let's talk about that too. 40 for some people is just like a tragedy. Some people don't know how to be okay with that. And I feel like it's a huge celebration. But then again, I've gone through some scares where I might not have been here. So for me, I am a very nervous person for some stuff. I do have anxiety. And so some of these things I talk about getting out there and learning and doing and doing, it is still scary. It doesn't mean that I still don't get nervous about stuff. I do. But I don't want to give up that. I don't want to miss out on that. I don't want to stop trying to, learn new things, find new things and meet new people. That's the incredible part about it. And I think the whole reason why I was trying, it's just this big, long, roundabout way of trying to get to this point here. This past weekend, Tony, myself, and Dawn and Adam was there. We were up in Shelby. I don't know if he's listening. Went to the farmer's market. And it, it was incredible. There was a lot of people there. A lot of people came up to support and shop local, do all that. And it was awesome to see that. It was good to see the community coming together and doing these things. And I was up there as a vendor. I have a jewelry company that I do jewelry wares and different things. And it took a while to get to that. I started out, gosh, it would probably be about 7 years ago. I started it was actually earlier than that. I started making earrings was my first thing that I decided I was going to try to do and sell. And from there to where I'm at now, I just kept learning. And I think we kind of get it in our heads that we need to be perfect and we need to be able to do this thing right the first time and everything that we put out is going to look amazing. Well, if you look back at some of my pictures on my old Dragonfly Boutique page, it's not the case. I've evolved, and that's part of it, though. That's part of growing. But I'm thankful I did. I'm happy that I tried it because being a part of that and being a part of the community and doing a farmer's market, it does take a lot. Like we got set up at like 6:30 in the morning. That's early. I was up at like 5:15, something like that, to get everything together. But you learn as you go. You learn what works. You learn what looks better. You learn from other people that are at the farmer's market. You talk with them. You find out how to put your product out there, how to make it look better. You do what it takes to make the things up to standard, up to par, all this stuff. But you have to have that feeling of, yeah, I can do this. I can put this out there and I can share. And you want to know the best part about being able to do this. Not only is it something that I hand make and I feel good about it, but talking to the people that are going to wear that piece. That was incredible. I had, conversations with different people who asked about what Dragonfly Boutique means. Well, I can tell you, Dragonfly Boutique started because my mom and I, actually, she was out building a fence, or she used to do all kinds of stuff for herself, for her house. She was incredible at building and making things. And we were outside, and I actually were enjoying the built-in fence and porch and everything that she had done out there. And I was pointing, and I said, Mom, look at that dragonfly. And it was a copper-colored dragonfly that landed on my finger. And she says, you know what that means? That means good luck. So after that, incredibly, even in November one time, I have a picture of it. Anytime I do something that is big and I'm nervous about it, a dragonfly that's copper-colored shows up. And it has happened. I've had people take pictures for me, everything. So I continue to remember that as it not only being good luck, but it's a very important symbol to me. So Dragonfly Boutique is why that kind of started. Just the good luck part of it. And it's grown ever since, and it's been incredible to be able to do that. So I'm at the farmer's market with all of these other vendors, 25 to be exact, who all love what they're doing and put their heart into what they're making and growing and all of that stuff. And they're out there and they're pushing their products. There was, I don't know, was it 5 people that were sold out, different spaces? I can't remember. 4. They wrote on the farmer's market when these people on the sidewalk sold out, and then they put the business name and thank you, Carol, which was so cool. That was very incredible to see that. And I can I remember my first farmer's market and going home with less product and just feeling amazing from it. It's good. A small business is important. It's really important. I think about that and I'm so proud to be a part of that. And all of those people that came up there and were so excited to see people and to share their products and everything. So the part about being shy and getting to where I'm getting to now is part of News 5 coming in and talking to the head coordinator Lauren who did everything setting up the farmers market, all of that stuff. It was so cool to see that she was on the news and then they talked with me, and I would never have done that before. I would never have done it, but because of this show, because of doing Don't Make This Weird and getting out there with bands and meeting people and all the other stuff that we do with Strange Friends Media, I felt so confident in doing it. Before I would have been like, "Yep, no, you do it. This is not for me." So I was actually tagged with the video from a family member today, and I was thankful. It was just another thing that I was thankful for because it's part of that compassion and being so thankful to make those pieces and learn how to make this stuff. It makes me happy. And it's not chain store. It's not things that get pushed out 400 at a time. It's all handmade with love. And I support that because farmer Chrissy from Stone Cottage Farm, her first ingredient in all the stuff that she makes is love. And I know that, like I feel that, and I'm thankful for those people that believe in themselves enough to get out there and try. And I think a farmer's market is a great place to start out. And you can build so much from that. So having that confidence and doing that thing, I didn't in that moment stop believing in myself when I set up for the first time. There's times that you don't sell near as much. Yes, it was a grand opening, so it was very successful. But you have to remember, things don't happen like that overnight. Whatever it is that you're trying to do and you have a dream to do or you're trying to learn, no matter what age you are, it doesn't happen overnight. So be patient with yourself and don't stop trying to learn it. Don't give up what it is that you want to go after, what you want to do, because it takes time. And it doesn't matter really what background you're from. I've had people on the show who have really gone through some significant things, and they are doing incredible things now. Let's think back to Travis French that was on, and if you guys you can go back. You can see these episodes. They are all archived on YouTube, and also you can catch them for 2 weeks when they air on Twitch. And also, if you go and listen to Solid State Radio, you can listen to that live too. You won't see the camera or whatever, but you'll be able to hear all of this. We think back to Travis French. Travis went through a lot of trauma in his life. He experienced so much things that I don't know if I would have been able to continue to move forward with. And now he actually has turned his life around, and he's kind of, I believe, a counselor in what he went through. He's able to help other people get through what they're facing, and it's incredible. And I have him on my friends page on my Facebook, and I see the positives and all that amazing stuff. I think to Crystal, all the things that she's gone through and all the positives that she continues. And no, this doesn't mean that any of us that are thriving and surviving don't have a bad day. We do. We do. It's not always going to be on point. We're not always going to have a great day. There's some days, I'll be honest with you, I'd rather just stay home in my pajamas and just not do much of anything, and I take a break. And if that's really what I feel I need for the day, I try to. Doesn't last long, but I try to, I try to relax and I try to do that, but it doesn't always mean that that's what happens. But we all face things, no matter what it is in our life, and we find people that we can have these things in common with. We find people that like I said before, went through worse, and we see their stories. We see the positives that they continue to put out there in the community, in their life. I can talk of Clay Dyer. I know that you had seen the video. I'm talking with Dawn here and Tony. He actually was born without legs, and I believe he's got one arm and not much of another one. But he goes out and he pro fishes, if you can believe that. And he's positive, and he still continues to keep on trying to learn and move and do the things that he can. And I was just floored by it. I was like, that is definitely inspiring, to not give up, not, to learn how to do that. I think they even said that at one point. I don't remember if he used to try to, or if he bat or did some, I don't know, but he does all kinds of stuff. And if you guys get a chance to watch his videos, he's super inspiring. And he's a pro fisherman. That's incredible. That is incredible. So, we have obstacles in life. We're always going to face obstacles, I feel. And it just depends on how you navigate through that, I think. We can make positives out of something. We can find the silver lining out of some things. It's not always easy. I'm not saying that you're going to always have a good day. That's just not how that works. It's not how that works. And I've had people ask me, I've had questions in my inbox. One of the big questions that I've had is, how do you continue to keep going forward? How do you keep doing this? What is it? Okay, so for Survivor Girl on the podcast, Don't Make This Weird, and everything else that I do, Dragonfly Boutique, all that. It's a drive that helps me to continue to keep moving forward. That keeps me active. It keeps me wanting to learn more things, to do more things, to meet more people, all these different things. I wake up in the morning and I have a routine, and if I don't stick to my routine, I have a hard day. It's the truth. I do have a hard day to navigate and getting used to having, a set thing of, okay, this is my morning thing, this is my jam, this is what I do. I listen to some music, I kind of chill out, I do my thing, I write, whatever it is that it takes to get me going in the morning, that's what I do. And I'm sure that everybody else out there has routine. You guys do stuff in the morning that helps you to get going. And I don't know if you've ever or had that happen. Because if you get thrown off your routine, you have something else that comes up. It's hard sometimes. It's hard sometimes to get going after that. And I know Tony's talked about it before, and I keep bringing Dawn up. She's talked about it. I'm thankful to have people in my corner that are like, yeah, I go through that too. It does make you feel like you're not alone, and that was part of doing this show too, is to help people feel like they're not alone as well. And I want to continue to keep on putting the positive out there. Even when I don't feel like it, there's been times before the show I'm just like, I don't know really what I'm going to talk about tonight. I don't know if I should really even do a show, because if I can't bring out something to share with people and to talk to them about, what am I doing? What am I really doing? But I've been guided and directed. I just start talking, and you guys are easy to talk to. It's easy to get these things out there. I've learned that a great conversation is very valuable. Being able to have a conversation and to share with others, and where they feel like they're not alone, is something that is definitely a gift. And I feel like I wouldn't want to give that up for anything. I want to continue to keep on and doing the podcast and continue to do these things and learn more. Every day I feel like it's learning something new, getting into something new, trying to move forward and to not give up, not give in. One of those examples of not being great at something, I don't know if you guys remember, or if you're just new to tuning into Survivor Girl, I think it was last year, I decided to go and try the aerial park. I did 5 steps, I think, or 4 steps, something like that, and I was terrified. That was it. That was all that I could do. And I felt, after I got over the I can't move, if I move, I'm going to fall. Mind you, you are up there, I think it was like 14, 15, I don't know, some amount of feet up in the air. That was quite high up, I felt, too high for me. They do have harnesses on you, and you are connected, so you do have safety. They can easily bring you down if you do fall off. But I tried it, and I was proud of that. That was the biggest thing that I tried to bring from it. But I did get terrified from it. It was scary. I am not a big fan of heights. I have never really been. I'm only 5'1" for a reason, I feel, and that's just not my thing. There are some people that can get out there and they're not terrified of heights or anything. Adrenaline is their thing. That's what they're doing. Not me. So, but the best part about it is, Adam's brother was there. Adam was across the way, and the girl that was working up there were all super good. you know, I had to walk backwards to get back to the platform because you couldn't really just turn around. I guess you could if you weren't as terrified and your legs weren't shaking, probably. Um, but I had Rob, saying, "Come on, sis, you can come back this way. You're okay." Adam came all the way across from the other side to help me get back across, and that was important to me. I wasn't just stuck up there. I wasn't being held out on the limb there. And when I got off of the platform, or onto the platform, I should say, and off of the whole thing, I took a deep breath after I did cry a little bit because I was terrified, and it hit me. It really hit me. But I didn't sit there and go, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that." I cried in front of everybody. I bawled like a baby, and I was scared and couldn't go more than 4 steps. I didn't sit there and nitpick on that part of it. My thought was, I did it. I did something I never did before, and I got further than I probably thought I would have gotten. And I celebrated that. And I think we have to remember that kind of thing. We need to celebrate the things that we can do. We need to celebrate the things that we can overcome. We need to celebrate ourselves. We need to be prouder of the things that we can do. I don't know when in our life that we learned that we shouldn't be proud of ourselves for things, but we need to be. We need to celebrate those things. Days are not always going to be easy, but we can turn it around. We can make things better in our lives. We can do things and learn things. But that's a celebration. I feel like that is a huge celebration. And I don't know, all of you that are out there listening, if there's things in your life that you are celebrating that you felt like you were going to go much further, you were going to do so much more, but you're celebrating because you did it. You got up, you did it. We've talked about the voice auditions and really getting out of your comfort zone. Got in to be able to do something like that, and that's huge. There's so many people that were involved in that, but instead of going, I didn't get in, I'm not good enough, they didn't pick me, I didn't sing right, I was off key, or any other little thing that I could have nitpicked about, I walked out smiling because I did something that I wanted to try to do. And I encourage people to try that. I mean, obviously, be careful. Mind, learn everything about what it is that you're doing, like doing the park. I learned that you get out there and you're safe, you're hurt, all that stuff. Do your research on these things before you go and do it. Make sure that you're being safe, obviously, but try things. There's no age limit, I feel, on learning things in life. I don't know why we stop thinking that we can do things because we're at this age or whatnot. Why do we have to stop having fun? Why do we feel like we should stop having fun? Stop doing things. I don't know. I guess I've just witnessed that a couple times in my life with other people that were just okay. That was it. That was their life. That's what they were going to do, and that they were happy with that part of it. And I guess that's their journey. But for me, I was just no. I want to learn more. I want to do more. I want to experience more when I can. And it was fun because we ran into somebody. I was talking with somebody today, and Adam was talking about the Alabama trip to this stranger, And he brought up a good point about just getting out in the water and just going and trying and doing. And that was another scary part, another scary thing with the gators. I know I've talked about that. But I tried. I wasn't successful, but I was successful for me. Okay? Remember that. What are you going to allow yourself to be proud of yourself for? What success are you going to be proud of yourself for? Are you done picking on yourself because your head says, well, you should have been doing this? How often are we going to listen to the negative in our brain and just accept that? Okay, let me bring up Mel Robbins. Have you listened to that? The 5-second rule? Take a listen to that one. Mel Robbins, she has this thing. She does a TED Talk, and I listened to that. That's when I first listened to her. Mel Robbins talks about the 5-second rule, where she had experienced in her life where she would automatically start getting down about something, not want to do something, not get out of bed some of these things that were becoming obstacles in her life. So when she'd start thinking, well, maybe I should eat that cookie, she would count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she would move forward. Not think about that. Because counting backwards, there's something about it that stops you from going and doing that thing. And I was religious about doing this for a long time, and I did get away from doing it for a while. But now I'm feeling like, okay, I need to put this back in my life again because it did work for me. It's not going to work for everybody. Maybe some of you are listening going, okay, like counting backwards to 5. I've heard of counting backwards for sheep, but not the 5-second rule, whatever. But I try it. There's a thing. Try it. Try it. See if it works for you. It might work for you. But I'm excited about the fact that I have so many different people in my life that are at so many different points in their life. I like that. You want to know why? Because if I've experienced it, I can talk to them. If they've experienced it and I haven't and I need help with something, I can talk to them. You can learn so much from people. So much from people. And I'm not saying that it's always easy to talk to people because it's not always been one of my things until obviously now, but I like that. We're all at different phases and I don't feel like it's a competition. I don't feel like it should be. I don't feel like we're all at the same point and that we're all going to do different things because we are. We're all at different points in our lives. But does that mean that just because someone is at, like, we'll say 3 points and maybe I'm at 5 that I'm going to sit there and go, come on, why aren't you at 5 yet? Why are you learning this wrong? Why are you doing that? No, that's not how it works. But I can cheer them on. I say, okay, how you doing? What is it that you need? What is your goal? What are the things that you're trying to get to? What is it that you want to do? Because when we all stop and think about it, yes, some of us have significant others. Some of us maybe don't. Maybe as we have kids that depend on us. We have all these different things that are going on in our lives, work that we're married to. I don't know what it is that you're facing. But don't forget, you're human. Don't forget that you have that human side that needs nurturing as well. And those people that reach out to you and they're proud of something that maybe you don't understand, support them. Tell them that you're proud of them. Okay, they may be into, I don't know, collecting stamps. But if they're excited about it and they're going to tell you, look, I got this new stamp, you take 5 seconds and talk to them about it and be proud of them because it's something that they enjoy. Support each other. Stop. If you have got a life and your kids are your whole world, okay, I'm proud of you for doing that. That's your thing. If you're sharing pictures because you're excited because you're finally able to have a baby and you're sharing them, and you have to put the disclaimer on your Facebook that you're sorry you're sharing all of these pregnant posts, why? Who is being negative about something that is incredibly exciting for you? Why are we doing this? We're out of school. We're not bullies. I don't care what social media platform that you're on. If you feel like you have to run somebody into the ground, please stop and look at what it is that's bothering you. What is it that's causing you that pain to be so angry at somebody's happiness? Why? I don't know. It's just something that's been bothering me. It's something that I've been thinking about is why are we so mean? I don't have a fancy car, but I have a car. I rent. I don't own a home, but I know people that do. It doesn't mean that I have to continually chase or listen to whatever Tony's listening to. It doesn't mean that I should continually be chasing. It's okay. It doesn't mean that I continually have to be chasing my tail, though, to try to be better. Can we just stop and breathe and be happy and proud of what we do have and thankful? Do I sound like I'm new age here? Am I going into that? Am I doing that thing? No, I don't want you to be so trying to get the best out of everything you possibly can, chasing your own tail, to not enjoy the things that you do have. I want to say that. I really mean that. Because when you can't stop and enjoy what's in front of you for 5 minutes, you're going to miss it. I hate that. I hate to say that to you guys, but I truly do feel that in my heart. And that's not me trying to be a bully back at you, because I just got done telling you don't be a bully. I just want you to think about that. I want you to stop and think for a minute. Stop chasing your tail. Stop worrying about what it is that other people may think, and stop letting that bully in your head keep on controlling what success you want, what you're going for. I get it. We have that thing in our head that's programmed to help us to not hurt ourselves, to not touch the flame even though it looks pretty. I understand all of that. I get that. And gut feeling and understanding that part of it too, I get that too. We have that instilled in us to make sure that we're protecting ourselves, and we're trying to level up just like the rest of you guys. That's what I call it now. I get that. I understand. We do need to play it safe, and there are times for that. But there's also times that you really do need to get out of the way and go after what it is that you want. And there are going to be people in your life that are not going to understand it. There's going to always be something negative said when you go to do something that you feel like you need to do. For instance, I've been really into watching these videos of turning tiny homes and vans and stuff, and watching people travel and do these really cool things. But I know that there was somebody probably in their life that was like, ugh, you're going to live in a van? Like, isn't that so Mick Foley or whatever it was? Matt Foley, down by the river, all that. But, I mean, really, no matter what it is that you're doing, you could be just loving planting stuff, having plants in your home, or whatever it is that you're doing, and you'll still have somebody negative. Why do you plant it that way? Why is that pot purple? Am I wrong, though? Okay. Doesn't matter. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't understand your journey and what you're doing. Guess what? Doesn't matter. Unless you share it with them. And then, even then, if you do share it with them and they're like, that's crazy, you're going to lose everything, you're going to do that. Because fear is a pain in the ass. Fear can stop you in your tracks. And when people that you care about and love give that fear to you, you go, oh, that's somebody I respect and I love. and they're telling me I'm going to fall on my face. I'm probably going to fall on my face. I'm going to try it anyway. That's kind of where I'm at with it. All right, cool. I'm going to do it anyway. Because, I'm just going to do it. Doesn't matter where you're at in your life, what age you are, where you're at. You're going to have that. It doesn't matter. And I grew up with that a lot. God rest my mom's soul. I love her. But she said, what about this? Like, she was my what if queen. I mean, anything that I'm going to do this. Well, what about that? I never thought about that. What if? But now I'm like, oh, what if? Yeah, okay, let's try this. It's interesting navigating anxiety and trying to still be a functioning adult. It's hard if you've ever had to face that. Some of you that are listening, if you've faced it, you can chime in and talk about it too. Trying to get through the day. Mine's not as bad as some people. I'm going to put that out there right now. There is some days. I did have one day, probably about 2 weeks ago. I could feel it coming on, and I have no idea what it was about or why. And I had mentioned it to Adam. I said, oh, I can feel it. It's rising. There's something there. I don't know why or why it's happening. So, and I mentioned this on Don't Make This Weird, so if you're double dutying here and you're listening to the Survivor Girl, I thank you for that, and listening to Don't Make This Weird, we also thank you. But I do see a holistic doctor, and she gave me a tincture, I think I say that wrong sometimes, no, I got it right, of something that is natural that helps me personally. Doesn't mean that it worked for you guys, so I'm not telling you what it is. Neener. But it helped me. And Adam had brought that up and said, have you taken that? And I said, yeah, I forgot about that. No, I didn't. So I'm sitting there
and we talked about, Dawn came on the show, and we had a little fun with the different sensory things. So I grabbed the squishy dough ball thing, and I was sitting there doing that, and then I said, if you could get me a little bit of water, I could put my drops in there, and I'll be good to go. Sure enough, I was good. So sometimes it's just trying to find what kind of armor you need to put on to fight the battle. Some people can do meditation. Some people have medications from their doctors or wherever prescribed. It just depends. Some people will watch a TV show or put some music on. There's so many different ways that you can try to combat. For me, that worked. I felt kind of like I was calming down when I was doing the squish ball thing. The dough ball is what it's called. And then I took that and I was good to go. And I got out there, got on the water, and had an incredible time. So, there's ways, maybe trying that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing. Maybe doing a little bit of yoga, meditation. I've heard those are some wonderful things. I don't know. I've done, but it's been a while since I've actually. I'm going to be honest with you guys because I am. It's been a minute since I've done the yoga and the meditation part of it, but I have had success with it. I've had success with journaling. I have so many books of scribbled stuff that are going to get burned before I pass away. No, just kidding. Just kidding, you guys. But it is finding your balance to be able to balance your life, I think. Finding out what it is that helps and gets you through to still experience and get the full fulfilled life that you may feel. Like I said, we are all at different phases in our life. I have some amazing people in my life that have children, and that's what they live for. They go on trips with them. They do everything they can to show them a beautiful life and to not give, some of them went through some hard times growing up. They didn't have a lot of food. They didn't have whatever, and they want to give that to their children. Am I over here not having a kid going, oh, they don't call me. They didn't ask me to go on that trip. No. Stop. Respect them, and then when they share their pictures, be proud of them that they're taking their kid out, showing them something that they never got to do or I never got to do as a kid. That's awesome. Cheer them on. Quit being cranky. Quit being cranky. Have I been cranky? Yes. Have I had those moments? Yeah, I have. But I'm trying not to be like that because you know what? When I'm not like that, I feel so much better. Surprise, surprise. I feel better. And I can get and also guess what? I can get out and live my life because I'm not spending half of the time being cranky at what they're doing with theirs. That's an odd concept, huh? But I'm thankful, okay? This is not me complaining. I'm thankful for second chances. I am thoroughly super excited that we have a vehicle again and I can drive and go and do things and experience it because it's that time of year where it's beautiful out. I can get out and do those things. I'm thankful that I can work with wires and beads and different things to sell to other people that enjoy those things. I'm so grateful and thankful for my second chances. Grateful for being here with you guys tonight, seeing you guys and seeing all of you that are tuned in and listening that get out there and do all these different things. And I want to know what you're doing. What is exciting? What are you guys up to? What are you learning? Share with me. Message me. Dawn is on Survivor Girl page if you guys want to share your stories. What are you learning? What is something that you're doing? And tell me how old you are. What age are you? What are you doing? What is it that you're excited about? Where's your compassion? What are you doing with that? Just share those things. And I don't mean it as let's get out there and show everybody, oh, I'm doing this for other people. No. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you to tell me what it is that you're experiencing and that you are proud of. That even though your brain may have said, you can't do that, you're doing it anyway, and you are having an amazing time doing it. I want to know these things. Share with me, you guys. I'm thankful that you guys tune in. I'm thankful that you guys watch Survivor Girl. You guys mean so much to me, and I'm truly thankful to be here to be able to do this. Sunday after Sunday, even if I forget that I do the first 3 Sundays of the month and I switch it around, I am still human as well. And I'm learning that also. Thankfully, I have Dawn and Tony to tell me, no, that's the day that you're supposed to have the show. So I'm very appreciative of that. And I will not stop doing this as long as I can continue to keep on doing it and share with you guys. I will be getting more people in the studio again. If you did not check out the podcast with Denny and his story, or if you have not gotten your copy of Electrocuted, please get a hold of Denny Wasman on Facebook or go to the Electrocuted Facebook page and get your copy and tell him that you heard about his book on Survivor Girl or on Don't Make This Weird, and let him know that that's where you are a listener of these shows, or on Solid State Radio. Let him know that you are a listener of these shows, and then he will give you the discounted price for his book. Probably even autograph it as well. It's an incredible story, and I hope that you guys will get your copy of the book because it is another inspiration that has helped me to get my butt in gear and get moving again. And I know it's helped Tony and Dawn as well. Just hearing the struggles that he went through and where he's at now. I love to hear those stories, and that's part of Survivor Girl, is sharing these stories. Yes, it's hard to hear some of them because the part of it that's ugly, the part of that makes you go, how did you survive that, is hard to hear sometimes. But to listen to their thriving survivor story and where they're at today and what they're doing is incredible. So don't give up on the pursuit of whatever it is that your heart is desiring, that you're going after, that you want to do, whether it's a business, a book, yoga, exercise. It doesn't matter what it is that you're after, but if you're feeling positive and compassionate about it, go after it and be proud of yourself. Don't let it stand in your way. And if you don't do it good, oh well, you tried, right? Whatever happened to that? You tried. So there was something else that I wanted to bring up here, and I'm going to go ahead and put it over here really quick. There was something that one of my family members had shared today, and I just have to pull it up. I'm sorry, I thought I'd be more prepared for this. Okay, so my aunt went through McDonald's to get a drink today, and she got a little note that said, "This beverage is prepaid for you in honor of our friend Renee, hashtag Nay Smiles." And I don't know, this is kind of like a local thing, but this girl, from what I was understanding, she was, I think, 19. And unfortunately, she was 29. So here's the little thing about Nay Smiles. Renee Jansen was 29. She was a bundle of joy from a small town in Michigan who unfortunately passed away from COVID-19 and pneumonia-related issues. Her goal, or their family's goal, I should say, is to spread kindness and positivity. Just as she spent years of her life doing for others, her sparkling personality touched everyone, everywhere she went. And this is what fuels the hashtag Nay, N-A-E, Smiles campaign. She enjoyed making cards and coloring pages for people she loved and barely knew. We all need a little sparkle in our day, and we are asking you to help us spread this hashtag Nay Smiles, and take part in giving back to the community. So they have also asked that you make, let's see here, they're asking that you could make Valentine's, birthday cards, any kind of holiday cards, and to send them out because they want to know in the 50 states, or says we would like people in all 50 states to make and or buy cards and drop them off at local nursing homes or hospitals. So if you guys are interested in doing that to help put this hashtag out there and to show the family, that you want to get out there and support and show in honor of her life, make cards and take them out, or whatever it is you want to do. Just use that hashtag Nay, N-A-E, Smiles, and share with the family so they can see that this is actually getting put out there to everybody. It's a really cool thing to be able to honor somebody's memory, and I just wanted to share that with you guys because when I saw that today, I did get a little bit teary about it. For somebody to share that kind of, I guess like the sparkle that they were talking about, that kind of impact on someone's life with joy is incredible. And that's another thing that I want to see is, what are you doing to share that love, that joy in other people's lives as well? So if you guys get a chance to make up cards and take them up to hospitals or nursing homes, local, whatever, use that hashtag and share with the family so that they can see that this is getting put out to all the states. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I got a couple more things before I end the show. I want to say a big shout out, or happy birthday, actually. Huge happy birthday shout out to Jan McKay she's been on the show. Vincent McKee, I should say. Jan Vincent McKee. She's been on the show in the past. She is an awesome lady, a mentor to me. I think she's an incredible person. If you guys get a chance, stop over to her Facebook, say happy birthday. Also, I want to give a shout out to Stone Cottage Farm of Mayville. They are out there doing the farmers market, and again, we are trying to push that out there because farmers markets are huge. This time of year, you can get some incredible produce. Some of the farmers market actually have where they honor EBT and things like that. So if you're wanting fresh produce, some of them honor that, and if that is how you have or what you have to pay, you can use that at some of them. Go check these out. There's so much stuff there, from crafts to fresh produce and eggs, all kinds of things. They are part of it. They have their goat milk soap there, which is incredible. I guarantee you guys, if you purchase a bar of soap, not only will you get a big smile from Farmer Chrissy, but you'll also really fall in love with the soap, I believe, because it is natural and it is incredible. I love it. And also, like I said, it's made with love. So if you get a chance to check them out, they are on Etsy. They are on Facebook. I love following their page because they share all of the goat stories and all the cool stuff and the happenings on the farm, which is something that is dear to my heart there. Also want to give a shout out to Hometown Handmade at 130 East 3rd Street in Imlay City. If you guys get a chance to stop in there, they're next to Jalisco's Deli and Happy Little Quilt Shop. There is 20 plus vendors in the store that all make handmade things, and I am fortunate enough to be a part of that store as well. So if you guys get a chance to check in, go say hi to Mary and get yourself some awesome handmade quality goods. You guys want to check it out. There's all kinds of stuff, and you can't see it all just in one stop. She does a really great job over there. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Shelson and Katie Grimmel here at the Shelson's Medical in town. And if Tony, I didn't get the card. Tony, if you could give the number. I know you've got a microphone over there. Oh, thank you.
855-672-2600.
And that's Dr. Shelson and Dr. Katie Grimmel. If you guys get a chance, Tony and I are on a better health journey for us. We've decided that homeopathic is something that we wanted to look into. Actually, Tony started before me, and then I was like, hey, I've been wanting to kind of do that too. It's been an incredible journey so far, and we both see Katie, but I know others that see Dr. Shelson, and they are thoroughly impressed and proud to be able to go and take that journey as well. So if you guys are interested, you can contact them at that number. You can find them on Facebook as well, and you can look into either getting an appointment or just going and having a consult. That's something that you can look into as well. So that's part of this journey and trying to get on track. I've talked about this for a minute here. Now I am facing I'm not happy or proud of myself right now with that journey that I had. I had a couple setbacks, some landslides, whatever you want to call it, and I am trying to get back on track and making sure that I am taking care of my best self so that I can get out there and continue to do these cool things that life is throwing at me. And I hope that you guys will be able to do that as well. So I just want to give that shout out. Also, because I saw them at the farmer's market, Clement's Bakery. You guys check them out. Yes, it's local, but I'm sure Sam does do delivery, and they might even do some shipping. I'm not sure if that's an option, or you can go and check them out at the farmer's market here in Cairo, and I believe in Port Austin. So if you guys get a chance, check out that bakery. They're on Facebook as well. Incredible baked goods from what I understand. He's working on maybe doing some gluten-free options for me. But yeah, if you guys get a chance to check those out as well. Don't forget, check out wherever it is that you are. I'm sure that you can find a farmer's market or some kind of event that is going on. There's so much stuff to be going on at this time of year. And if you get a chance, check all that stuff out. Find your local happenings or what there are going on for the weekend. You might be surprised at what is going on. So go check that out. Get out there. Take care of yourselves. Get out of your way. Don't forget that. Stop bullying. yourself, and be kind to one another. Be proud of somebody that comes to you and tells you something exciting in their life, because let's go back to being like that when we were kids. I was so excited when we'd have show and tell or whatever. That was so cool back in the day. So why don't we just kind of get that good heart feeling again? Start feeling that. Be proud of people. I'm super excited to see all of the amazing things that all the people in my life are doing, and I'm excited to hear about it. Even if I'm doing something, I can stop and listen and be proud of them and cheer them on. So if you guys get a chance, continue to move forward, do your thing, and don't forget, life is best lived.